Good morning, everybody. In this week's Fresh and Simple, we're talking about the importance of getting your kids to eat their vegetables.
Yes, a very common complaint that I hear about. My kids won't eat vegetables.
Yeah.
But we're doing something really fun at the store this month now in August. We're helping the Carl Potash Foundation raise money for cancer research. So we got t-shirts that we're selling and butterflies that we're selling, all to raise money. And one major thing that helps prevent cancer is eating those vegetables. So that's why we're talking about what we're talking about today.
So it's not just good for you, it could potentially really benefit you.
It can, yes. A third of cancers can actually be prevented by eating a plant-based type of a diet and also exercising regularly.
Wow.
So that's a huge amount of prevention. So we really want to get the kids to eat vegetables because it always starts really young.
Yeah, you got to start them young.
Otherwise it's harder as we're older to implement changes. So we got to start from fresh when we're young. A study that was released recently is that up to 70% of kids are actually noted as bitter sensitive.
Which
so
means
they tested kids for bitter sensitivity. They actually gave them a little piece of paper to put on their tongue.
Okay.
You want to try that?
Is it going to taste bad?
If it tastes bitter, you're bitter sensitive. If it tastes like nothing, you're not.
Okay.
So go ahead. I actually did this with my family at home. My child that does not like vegetables is actually bitter sensitive. So there's actually a valid genetic reason that kids may not like bitter vegetables.
Yeah, I can't taste anything.
So you must not be bitter
Tastes like a piece
sensitive.
of paper.
Yes, exactly. And bitter vegetables are things like broccoli, cucumbers,
Okay.
a lot of the green stuff that we're always like, just eat it,
Just
you
eat
know?
it, just do it, yeah.
And, how do we make that better? So that they like the bitter vegetables, we actually serve it with dip. So they showed that those same 70% of kids, they ate 80% more vegetables when they had a dip with it. And particularly they were using ranch, and it didn't matter what fat content it had, whether it was fat-free, light, or regular. They ate 80% more vegetables when they were giving a dip with it.
Just give them something to eat with it.
Yes.
Makes it a little more bearable.
Yes, and I can attest to that at home with my daughter. She will eat more vegetables if I give her ranch. How else can you get your kids to eat more vegetables? You can have them get involved in cooking, because we know that actually kids will eat more vegetables when they're involved in cooking them.
Who wouldn't want to eat that?
Right, and so when they actually make their own food, they're going to eat it, and also let them play and be creative.
Right.
A lot of times parents, we are like, no, just eat your food, don't play with your food.
Don't play with your food.
But it's okay, they're exploring through playing, so it's a good thing. So a bagel smile, really easy whole wheat bagel, lots of veggies. Also, a butterfly made out of vegetables as well, with a little bit of ranch underneath of it. So simple ways that you can get your kids to eat more. And then making some fresh dips is also fun.
Something other than ranch.
Yeah, you don't have to just pour the ranch, but that's also a good option. But we're going to use a little bit of the ranch Fiesta mix.
Okay.
So we're just going to pour that in. And then we're going to use a little bit of sour cream. So I'll have you put that in. Here's a spoon for you.
Thank you.
And that's only about 1/4 cup of the light sour cream. And then we've got 2 containers of the plain Greek yogurt, which is very similar to sour cream.
Yes.
So
and we've done Fresh and Simples on this before.
Yes, we have. And not only then are they getting a good dose of calcium with this dip, but they're also getting a good dose of protein. So it's going to be a little bit more filling for them. So actually you just whisk that all together. So then we've got, just like an orange flavored.
Oh yeah.
Fresh dip that'll be great with your broccoli or your cucumber or any of those green vegetables. It tastes a little different
than the ranch out of the bottle.
Yes, exactly. So you can just put that right in your little bowl here and serve it with those more bitter vegetables, but they don't have to be bitter with the dip. Another thing you can actually make is a ranched up hummus dip. So you just take a container of hummus. We've just done the plain.
Okay.
We're going to add 1/4 cup of the light ranch, and so I'll have you add that while I stir. And it's just going to give it a little bit of a ranch flavor, but yet a great source of protein and fiber, because the hummus is basically made up of ground up chickpeas, which are beans.
And is this just plain hummus, or is this a flavored hummus?
This is just plain, but you could use the flavored. So it's another great way to, add a little extra flavor to a ranch type of a dip. And then another thing you can actually add to ranch, which would be salsa or even guacamole. So you're actually adding vegetables and fruits to your ranch to make them even a little bit more healthier and get your kids to eat those vegetables. 93% of kids ages 2 to 12 aren't eating enough vegetables.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jen.
You're welcome.
Some great ideas there. Of course, all this information is on our website, kaaltv.com. Just look for Fresh and Simple.